Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. This is a second part that follows my previous video on the compliance dilemma. So please watch that one first, so this one will make a lot more sense. In order to live in a society, we all need certain level of compliance. This is so we can respect each other's rights. However, this in certain contexts can be quite problematic and unsafe. To mitigate this, we need to teach compliance in the context of a safe relationship, where the parent or the adult is sensitive to the child's needs. We need to supervise children appropriately to their developmental stage, which may or may not match their chronological age. We need to teach safety from a young age. Do not wait for the school to do it. Topics that you may want to talk about regarding safety are stranger danger or what behaviors are appropriate from certain adults. For example, it's probably okay for a friend to give us a hug, but this same behavior may not be okay from an adult that we don't know very well, or from a stranger, which might be quite unsafe. We need to talk about acceptable touch. What parts of the body are okay to be touched and by who? For example, it's okay for a dentist to touch our mouth when they're having a look at it, but probably not for a friend or a neighbor to do that. There are certain parts of the body that are private, and it's very important that children know that only a doctor or a parent under certain circumstances can touch these parts, just in the context of doing a checkup, for example. To foster the development of creativity, engage the child in activities that allow plenty of room for creativity. Activities where there are a few rules, but there is still flexibility and the child can still be creative, are even better, because they teach the child that it's not all black and white, that you can follow the rules and still be creative and express yourself. Activities that follow this sort of pattern can be baking or playing sports. Keep rules reasonable and appropriate to that developmental stage. Explain why we have some rules and why it's important that we follow them. For example, if a child hits their friend because they got angry with them, explain why this is not okay, because they hurt them, because their friend is upset, because their friend may not want to play with them anymore. Teach them skills to be able to comply with these rules. For example, in this context, you may want to teach them to walk away if they are too angry, or problem-solving skills. Expose the child to ethical dilemmas. For example, you can do that through a story. You may comment on the character's actions, on what they think of them, and whether they would do the same. You can do something very similar with events that have happened in real life to them or to someone close to them, and what they thought that person was thinking or what they were feeling and why they acted that way, and if they took the wrong decision, how they could do it better next time. Don't be judgmental with a child even if they took the wrong decision at the time. Help them to reflect, and please don't tell them off, because this is about reflecting and learning, not about being told off. There might be times where the child is not yet developmentally ready to understand certain rules, but we really need them to follow them. For example, for safety reasons. In these cases, we need to be ready to be firm and to ensure that the child complies with these rules. For example, when walking along a road or crossing a road, and we know that the child may want to run into traffic because they don't have the awareness yet, we need to be ready to hold their hand and not allow them to run away, even if they get angry about it. So I hope you feel more positive about compliance now, and that you feel more confident in how to address it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. If you like this video and think that others can benefit from this content, please like, share or subscribe. It all helps me reach more people, and I'm sure it can make a big difference to many families. Thank you.